McLean, what is your opinion about the landscapes and the places that you have seen today during the Ampascachi trail?
Well, as an Australian, I think the most amazing thing is how huge these landscapes are, how big the mountains are. For example, when we had lunch the other day, we were just on top of not the highest peak, but a mountain that was higher than anything in Australia, higher than Mount Kosciuszko, our highest peak. So it's an amazing landscape, and the rocks are really interesting because they're so old and weathered, but there's a lot of big boulders on top of other rocks all over the place. So it's a fascinating landscape, and the way the water has carved trails through the landscape is really amazing to me.
Okay, excellent. What was your impression, your general impression about the program or the experience of Ampascachi?
Well, for me the experience was amazing because I came here because I was invited because, Ampascachi would like me to see also their training, and I often go to people's training, and I do it all over the world, who see who try to implement what I have taught them or what they've learnt in a book. And I have been really impressed here because it was 100% exactly how I would do it myself, and that's all from a book that I wrote 20 years ago. And so I was really impressed. It's a really nice, gentle way with the horses. I met the trainer, Manuel, and I was really impressed. I was extremely impressed how the horses handled the ride. And for me as a trainer, the mouths of the horses were really excellent. Such perfect light mouth that you only have to close your fingers and the horse immediately slows down, and they keep on going, and that particular breed, the Peruvian Paso, is really amazing.
Yes. So that is the main question here, is what is the difference between the Peruvian Paso and what do you think was convenient to have Peruvian Paso for the trails?
I think they're the best horse imaginable for the trails, and I'm not just saying that because I'm here, because I figured I would be coming here and to say something nice about the Peruvian Paso, and I hope I did find that, but I certainly did. One of the things I found that is amazing is that going such a long trip as we did, that they just keep up such speed with this Paso movement. And I measured the beats per minute, and a typical horse will trot at 50 to 55 beats per minute that's per leg. And the Peruvian Paso, the fastest I measured was 110, so that's twice as fast in leg movements, and they keep on going, so you can cover miles, and not just flat land, over the mountains. So last year I did a ride on very fit polo horses in Africa, and we covered less distance in the same amount of time, but it was all flat. There was hardly any mountains, and we galloped a lot because we were all experienced 3-day event riders. And so we did a lot of galloping, and yet this time we did no galloping, but we just did Paso the whole way, and we went so far and so fast, and we covered a lot of territory.
Yes, and thank you.
And so comfortable as well, I should say. It's honestly it's more comfortable than trot. You don't have to rise, you just sit. And if you just sit in a balanced position, the horse just glides underneath you.
How about the way the horses are kept, because you visit the farm where they're kept? What is your opinion about how horses are kept here at Ampascachi?
Well, as you know, one of my chief academic areas is in horse welfare. And the way the horses are kept here, I think, is absolutely ideal because they're kept in large groups, they're kept out in the open. That's what horses love to do. That's what they need. They're social animals, and they should be with other horses. And they're fed a lot of roughage, which is a really good thing for their digestive system and their brain. So I think they live in a perfect environment. I'm here in the summer, maybe it's pretty cold in the winter, but still horses are adapted to very low temperatures, so that's not a problem either.
Okay, it was such an honor to have you here, Andrew. Would you like to say anything else before we finish this interview?
No, I'd just like to thank you all for making us so welcome, and it's been a real pleasure to go on this ride, and I would recommend for anybody to do a ride on a Peruvian Paso. I don't know why the breed is not more popular, because if people want to do trail riding, they're clearly the most ideal breed. They're very comfortable. I think even a beginner rider would be much more comfortable on a Peruvian Paso than on a horse that trots.
Okay. Good. Well, thank you very much, Andreas. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.